But these aren't my babies. But I'm like, they're grown ass men. The guy gave me like very like scary Ted Bundy feels. If it's gonna sink real fast. And it was in that moment that I thought I was gonna die. Welcome back to BOB. Bring your own beer. No, wait, that's BYOB, right? No, just kidding. Welcome back to the Business of Becoming. I'm your host, Stephanie. And today I am going to be answering some questions that I've seen through DMs that, Frankie's been able to pull from some of the comments. I have no idea what the questions are, so you might get some funny reactions from me. I hope they're not too cringy. But I'm excited. Hopefully they're about business and some of the lifestyle. And we'll get into it and see what we got. So you'll see a little sneak peek of Frank every now and then here because he's going to be asking me the questions. So hit me with your best shot, Frankie.
What is the best advice someone's given you?
Ooh, there's a few because it also depends on like whether it was life or business. But I think the best advice anyone has ever given me is I've had two. Number one is always take a chance on yourself. That means like take risks for yourself and everything like that. So that was kind of like my mantra growing up. And number two was that everybody's opinion means nothing. And I know that that sounds so off, but it's just the truth. Like it's just an opinion. So whether it's like meant, whether they make you feel good from saying it, or they're judging you, or they're being hypocrites, it's just an opinion. So you don't have to take it. You can just take it with a grain of salt, and that's it. So that's been really cool.
So, Stephanie,
Oh, Dios.
you've been on a lot of work trips with your team. What's one of the funniest moments that you remember?
I don't know if I can share so many of them.
Yes, you can.
I feel like asking you that question because I feel like you know
No.
more than I do on some things.
Well, a lot of things happen behind your back, but we don't.
Exactly. Um, I want to say some of the funniest moments have been like taking red eye flights and just being delirious. And I've had some really fun moments just like making fun of all of you guys snoring. Like I'm talking about like sleep apnea snoring on the plane. I've taken some pretty bad videos of them like mid-death in midair. And that sounds so mean. But like it's just like it's worse than when babies are crying and like the parents are like, oh, I'm so sorry, but then you feel bad because it's a baby. But these aren't my babies. But I'm like, they're grown ass men. I'm like, okay, somebody wake them up. But yeah, yeah. I can't really find another moment.
So, someone that's looking to start their own business, what's one piece of advice that you would give them?
I would say, don't ever start a business without talking to an accountant first, because that is primarily like step number one. Find out, how profitable it could be, what expenses you're going to have up front. Always have an account in the back of in your back pocket to kind of just go through the steps with you as you're growing, and trying to navigate like business. There's a thousand things you can do, but that's like number one, your finances, because if it's gonna sink real fast in the beginning. So let's make sure that you can actually, withstand the first couple months.
Is there a moment in your career that you look back on and think, man, I really did that?
The Open was a huge moment for us. We were able to host our event within the Miami Open in the Hard Rock Stadium, where the Dolphins play. That was a oh snap moment. That damn, like we bid out and we were able to beat Bank of America to actually get the suite that we had to host almost like 250 people. That was an oh crap moment. That was a oh wow, we did it. Taking over the company was a oh wow moment. I mean, there's been a couple, but I think that one in the most recent years has been an oh wow moment. Conferences, all that other fun stuff that we get to speak at. Those are beautiful moments, but that was pretty crazy.
How has your leadership style developed over the years?
You know my leadership style from the very beginning. Um, I was very direct, very strong, very done type of mentality because I was very young, and I thought that's what you had to instill fear to get respect from people. Over the years, I don't want to say I got soft, but I definitely learned to understand people and their scenarios and their situations and been able to help grow them or grow with them at the same time too, but really kind of just lean my hand out and say, okay, this is where you're at, let's lift you up and let's bring you to where you're trying to go. So leadership style, I would say that it's changed because I've become more empathetic towards my team, not just my clients. And that's a big thing, being able to be empathetic with them and vulnerable with them, inviting them into some personal moments, like some of my main staff members, to allow them to feel like they're also growing as I'm growing because I am growing as a leader. So, yeah.
So,
Ay, Dios.
let's get to the question that everybody wants to know. So,
Everybody or just a few people?
just us chismosos. You recently mentioned that you're newly single.
Oh my gosh.
So, you haven't been in the dating scene for a long period of time.
Yeah.
And I also know you've mentioned like you're not trying to be out dating and about right now, but eventually when you put yourself in that situation, what are you expecting? What are you nervous about being a single mom?
So, yeah, I haven't been single in over like a decade. So the dating scene has changed, boy. Like
We've got apps.
now, no, not just apps. You have like kids that were born in the 2000s trying to hit on me, and, and at the same time, they were born in the 80s and the 70s. So it's a really big difference dating as a 31-year-old. But I would say that there are a lot of things that are just kind of like red flags and just like alerts and sound alarms that go off when you're thinking about dating as a single mom. I don't know much. All I do know is that I want to be able to show my daughter that, you know, it's okay to find like love and happiness and for people to love you. And I don't know if that's a great answer, but that's just the truth, man. I am scared as hell as a single parent to bring anybody around my kids. But I've seen so many badass women who have done it. I've seen so many strong women who have found peace and love and happiness and have been able to share that with somebody new and invite them into their unit and their family. And it's been beautiful. So I'm excited to see if that ever happens.
You've been door to door a lot in your life.
Yeah.
What's the weirdest, most unexpected thing that happened to you while going door to door?
I don't know, man. There was a few weird moments. There was one where we did an inspection. I was with Rob. I think we were door to door at that point. I don't remember, but we went to a house, whatever, and the guy gave me like very like scary Ted Bundy feels, and that's why girls, I definitely recommend that you don't door knock alone because it's really weird out there, and you could tell like he had a wig on and he was just very like sketch, and we're there doing the inspection and everything's going smooth. So he's like, oh, get up. I'll show you guys like the areas that might have damage in the house. And he's like, oh, but can I get your business card first? And I was like, yeah, absolutely. And Rob's like, oh, I'll get it. It's in the car. And I just like, whoosh, like looked at him like, brother, do not leave me alone in this house with this gentleman. And he just leaves me straight alone with this person. I'm in the middle of their hallway and he opens one of the doors to the room and it was just like Annabelle's, like just a bunch of like porcelain dolls like on shelves. And it was in that moment that I thought I was gonna die. And I almost left Rob that day. I almost left him. It was like the place was super far and I was like, you will walk home. Yeah, there was times where I've had like guys show up with like guns and stuff, like what do you want? You know, we definitely door knocked in some rough areas, but yeah, it happens. It's just the job.
What's one mistake at work that taught you the most in your career?
Being making decisions emotionally. I think I've done a few of those for sure, out of anger or disappointment, and I after everything I regret it because I know that I don't know, maybe like correcting somebody or like disciplining somebody or all those moments. I feel like in the heat of the moment, when I was definitely like younger and stuff like that, it would have been a lot different if I did it like level headed. So yeah, I think that even like yeah, I would say that. So making sure that whatever decision you make as a business owner, you don't make an emotional one. You make one that is cool, calm, and collected, and you've allowed yourself to give yourself options and different ways that you would handle the situation rather than just like doing it right away. So, yeah.
How do you spot someone who's got future leader energy?
Sometimes you don't see it right off the bat, and you have to work with that person until they feel confident in whatever they're actually good at. Like you have to find what they're good at and give them confidence in that area. And then you'll see that they can lead from that because a lot of leaders, like they'll fake the funk, and eventually people will stop following them because they realize that they're full of BS. So you actually have to find the good and the qualities that they're actually really, really good at, make them experts in that, and allow them to lead from there. And a lot of them will just like they'll thrive leading from that area of experience and knowledge and wisdom. Because like I said, man, like when someone's full of crap, you can hype a whole entire like you can hype everybody up, and that's great. But when you start following this person for a couple months and there's no real proof in the pudding, yeah, they're not really a good leader because people stop following. So I would say that.
That was it. Those were your questions. You got them.
Alrighty. Well, thank you everybody for tuning in. Thanks everybody for dropping those questions. If you want, drop some more questions in the comments or DMs and let me know what you guys want to hear. I really don't care what it is. I'll be honest and open. And Frank honestly wants to hear all of the hot and spicy questions. Like he is desperate to ask me. So yeah, let's do it. Let's get together and share some more insights. So don't forget to like and subscribe. We'll see you guys soon.